passengers disembarking the flight are being assessed by drugs detection dog Lottie and Officer Claire. A lone female has given a number of suspicious reasons for entering the UK.
Right, okay, we're going to go in here now, okay, have a look at your luggage, okay. First of all, I have to ask you if you've got anything to declare to customs.
No.
Any alcohol, tobacco,
no.
Cigarettes?
Nothing like
and
that.
Do you understand it's illegal to bring some things here?
Yeah.
Like controlled drugs, offensive weapons? You understand that?
Yes.
Got nothing like that?
Nothing like that.
Okay.
The woman told immigration she's planning to visit her fiancé before traveling to France. But alarm bells started ringing when it emerged she had just $60 to fund her entire trip.
And is this all of your luggage?
Yeah, that's fine.
Did you pack it all yourself?
My mom.
Your mum?
Yeah, helped me.
Were you there when she packed it?
I was in the bedroom. I was in bedroom getting ready.
Do you fully understand what's in the suitcases?
Yes, I
Yeah?
have my.
Okay. Has anybody in Trinidad given you anything to bring here for them?
No.
And your friend is meeting you here?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. When did you meet him?
I met him last year.
Okay.
He asked me if I would like to come visit. So.
The woman seems surprised to have been stopped. And although she's cooperating fully, officers will conduct a thorough check of all of her bags to ensure she's carrying nothing illegal.
When did you get the ticket? I got the ticket sometime last week.
Yeah. Why did you only get the ticket last week?
Oh, because he sent me cash from me.
Oh, he's paid for the trip for you?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
A swab test is conducted on the woman's belongings as the search continues through her cases. And a trace reading for cocaine deepens the intrigue. With nothing else found hidden in the woman's luggage, Officer Kevin wants to conduct an X-ray to see if she's carrying drugs inside her body.
What we've got is a body scanner. Okay?
Yeah, sure.
You don't mind going through that?
I don't mind at all.
No? If we do that, and hopefully you'll be able to get on your holiday.
Kevin approaches his superior to get approval for the body scan.
I'm just going to body scan her.
Right.
She's, I've run it past her and she's quite happy to do it,
Okay.
just to make sure.
Yeah, so she's going to do it as a voluntary.
Yeah.
In just a few moments, officers will find out if they were right to be suspicious.
Okay, what you need to do, you need to stand on here like this, okay, with your hands by your side,
Okay.
all right? And then when the officer says, take a deep breath and hold it, and then this will move,
Okay.
and it will go through and then stop.
All right.
Do you understand?
Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead, no?
Yeah, just go on there like that, yeah.
All right, go very slowly, you won't bang into the wall. Are you ready to go now?
Yeah.
That's great. Here we go.
I can't see any regular shapes, Kevin, to be honest, in the areas we're looking at.
No, I don't think so.
We're happy that she doesn't have anything inside her, which is the main reason for using the body scan. There's a possibility that she might have a package inside her bra, which has been known in the past. The definitive thing is to actually do a search, which wasn't done before this body scan. So we'll do that, and then we'll find out exactly if there is anything there or if there isn't.
The woman is led back to a private interview room where the search will take place.
Just take a seat over there.
Okay, sure.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so what's going to happen is, okay, because we can't tell what it is, the female officer's going to search you, all right?
Okay.
Okay.
But it doesn't take long to find the cause of the abnormality on the scan.
You need to get a new bra, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It needs to be bigger. That's what the picture was.
See?
Yeah, okay.
That's what the picture shows, you see.
Thank you very much again, once again.
Welcome.
The cause of the alarm is put down to the woman's bra.
All right, now I'm sure you had to go through that, all right?
Having completed both customs and immigration checks, she's free to continue her travels.
Slow this one a little bit. Thank you.
Officers are observing passengers from a Trinidad and Tobago flight. And sniffer dog Lucy is using her sensitive nose to search for traces of drugs. A lone female passenger has caught the eye of officers, so she's pulled over in the customs channels to answer a few questions about her visit to the Caribbean.
Do you know anybody out in Trinidad and Tobago? Do you have friends out there?
This is a friend in Tobago.
Oh, right, okay, so you stayed with him or her?
Yeah,
Is it a lady or a man?
it's a man.
A man, okay, right. Okay, so you've come back. These are all your bags, are they? This and this here? You know everything that's in these bags. You pack them yourself? Do you know it's in...
But the woman starts to get upset because she's already had her bags searched in Trinidad and Tobago.
Did you pay for your trip yourself?
My friend paid.
Oh, your friend who lives out there, is it? Okay.
And I don't think he's a drug dealer.
Okay.
Officer John is immediately alarmed by the woman's last comment.
Do you use drugs or anything, or does your friend use drugs as far as you're aware?
What do you mean drugs?
Class A, what we call Class A, cocaine, heroin?
Never used any drugs.
That's
in my
great.
life.
Thank you for letting me know.
A swab test is carried out on the woman's suitcase.
Okay, wait me one moment.
The test will show whether the woman has come into contact with any drugs on her visit to the Caribbean.
It's come up as positive for contact with cocaine. So I'll ask the lady now if she can explain why that would be in her case. I'll just ask her a few more questions now. Okay, madam, that machine test has come up positive for contact with cocaine. Is there any reason, as I say, ask again, do you use cocaine or does your friend use cocaine as far as you're aware?
The woman gets tearful, which raises John's suspicions even further.
But you don't use it, you're certain about that? Okay. Well, because of that, I means I do need to turn it out and have a quick look inside it, okay? Don't worry, don't get upset. Don't worry.
He put something in my bag.
Well, let's see. How long have you known your friend?
Not very long.
Okay. And how do you know him? From
I met
where?
him in London. He lived in London and he just moved there with a business and he looks like he's really having a business and he's a respected person. I don't know.
Okay.
Clearly, the woman doesn't know her male friend very well. John has further doubts about her story.
Has he forced you to bring anything here?
No,
Are you sure? Because now's the time to let me know.
he hasn't given me anything. Like, he hasn't told me anything to carry with him for him.
Right, just have a quick scan through the X-ray. It's just at the end of the hall there, so if you just wait for me and have a look what I'm doing, you just stay there. She's tearful and she seems quite nervous. And she said one comment that got me a bit interested. She said, "Oh God, I hope he hasn't put anything in my bag," which is an odd thing for somebody to say.
The X-ray of the bag will show if the woman knows more than she's letting on.
The case doesn't appear to have any concealments in it. It's very light.
Nothing is found hidden in the suitcase, but Officer John isn't finished with the woman yet.
How come my bag is a reading if there's anything in there?
Well, that's what's intrigued me. That's what's intrigued me.
The mystery behind the high cocaine trace means the search is taken to the next level.
Now, as I say, I've had a look in your bag. I'm satisfied there's nothing in there. I'm quite happy about that. But sometimes people do bring in drugs on their body or inside their body. And what I'd like to do is to do a search, check, my female colleague's going to do that, just to check to see that you're not carrying anything on your body. Because of the high reading and because of where you've come from. That's my concerns. Okay?
Despite the woman's tears, she's led away to have a strip search.
Right, if you just want to take a seat for a minute, because I've just got some forms and stuff to fill out, all right?
The woman's shoes are also taken away to be swab tested. Positive traces of drugs found from this test often suggest that the passenger is carrying drugs inside their body.
That was quite a low reading for cocaine on the shoe, not anywhere near what was in the bag. And where she's come from, Trinidad and Tobago, then that maybe isn't an unreasonable background contamination.
Nothing is found during the strip search, and John is happy she's not carrying anything illegal.
Thank you very much for your patience with us, all right? We're happy there that you've got nothing, so you're free to go on your way as soon as you're ready. Thank you. The strip search is very invasive. We wouldn't do that for no reason whatsoever. That's quite a big thing, and obviously she was quite upset by that. We're not going to do a body scan unless it actually is justified, and in this instance that wasn't warranted, so we didn't proceed to that. And I believe that she didn't have any prohibited or restricted goods on her this morning.
Officers are monitoring passengers disembarking the flight and looking out for any signs of suspicious behaviour.
Thank you.
One lone male passenger is of particular interest, as it's been noticed from his luggage tags that he started his journey outside of the EU.
As far as I'm aware, he's a gentleman that's come up from Venezuela via Portugal. He's just been away for a week. I think he's got a sort of last-minute ticket, only booked the day before.
The man says he's a minister who also works and raises funds for an American charity with a base in Venezuela.
They've got projects and they need funding and things like that, you know. So I used to be a professional bike rider.
His short visit to South America causes concern, with Venezuela known as a country with links to the international drugs trade.
So when are you next going to be in contact with these people?
A couple of hours. I've already spoken to them on the phone.
Okay.
As Officer Tori continues to search the man's possessions, her colleague Gary comes across to swab test his suitcase for any traces of Class A drugs. And Gary's face says it all. The swab shows a positive reading for cocaine.
It's gone red, so there might be some form of traces of coke.
He relays the information to Tori.
Well, when I booked in, there was a
Positive hits from there on there for coke.
there was a search at Crackers actually before.
Just wait there, I'm just going to x-ray this one. Gary says that he's got a slight hit of coke, so I think a rub down might. Let's see if I can get one of them done.
The X-ray of the suitcase is clear. But with traces for cocaine, Tori wants to take her investigation to the next level.
I want to start putting things in there. I'm just going to go and speak to my boss. I'll be back in a second. He's got no work ID on him at all. He's got a bit of an earmarked Bible, but other than that. So I'd find it weird if you're registered, like working for a registered charity, that you wouldn't have any sort of charitable ID if you've been on a
He says
charity
he's got
trip.
tons of stuff on his laptop.
The news is broken to the passenger.
When we were I was doing the baggage search earlier, one of my colleagues, you may have saw him rub a small piece of, that's what we call an iron track machine, and it's given us a small trace or a small hit of cocaine from the inside of your bag. So I've spoken to my boss and she's authorised like a security search. It's just like a rub down, like a pat down. Okay, so if you can follow me, please.
The man is led away to find out if he's hiding any packages.
When he's saying that the charity he works for have paid for his trip, but he didn't like it there really. It's very vague about what he's actually doing. It's just charity work. What?
No drugs are found on his body, so his shoes are taken away for further swab tests. And with another positive reading for cocaine, the plot thickens.
There's basically a few inconsistencies with what's happened here, and that is the fact that he's obviously said he's a charity worker, he's worked for a charity for a long time, but he has no actual charity ID. Also, he said he had a lot of stuff on the computer which was related to the charity, but he now can't find it. The man who bought his ticket, he had said, was arranged by the charity. We now discovered that the man who bought the ticket is his friend who's meeting him outside. It's nothing to do with the charity at all.
With all of this in mind, officers decide to put the passenger through an X-ray. The positive drug hit from his shoes may suggest he's smuggling packages inside his body. However, his calm demeanour and full cooperation belies that of a drug smuggler. Passengers who've swallowed drugs will be arrested and detained for their own safety until all the packages safely come out.
If you just follow the officer again, you can take your bits there.
This time, however, it looks like the man has not swallowed any drugs.
I think this is all a bit too dense.
This is hip bone, isn't it? That's your new hip replacement.
Oh, that is, yeah. But I mean all this.
With the last roll of the dice, Officer Kerry sends a team outside the airport to try and locate the person waiting to collect the passenger.
Yeah, we've sent 2 officers out to look for the guy that is supposed to be meeting Mr. Kerry, but as yet no one has showed themselves. They've not turned up to a call for his name or even the call for the meter's name. So we've just been given it a couple of minutes. If we hear nothing from it, I think at this stage, because of what we have, or rather what we don't have, we're probably going to have to let him go and just always be wandering, perhaps.
Just down the end there. Thanks for your time.
No one is found outside the airport. After a thorough search, the man is free to go. The hits for drugs are put down to contamination. drug dog Megan is a vital tool for finding smugglers.
Just keep on the right-hand side. Take your bag off your shoulders, please, sir.
Sometimes just the presence of a dog can make nervous smugglers give themselves away. Hazel notices the man in the white collared shirt.
There was one person he wasn't making eye contact with anybody because I spoke directly to him. So we'll have a quick word with him when he comes into the baggage hall and see if he's got anything. No, he's just in the queue there. He looked nervous.
And he's all dressed up.
Yeah.
The passenger appears uneasy as the sniffer dog examines his cases. But Megan doesn't give a definite indication. With their suspicions aroused, they decide to question him anyway.
Hello there, sir. Are you travelling alone today? Yeah. Can you just bring your bag over to the bench for me, please? Can I see your passport and ticket, please, sir? And how long have you been away for this trip?
A week.
And what was the purpose of your vacation?
Either Jamaica or Trinidad.
Were you staying with friends over there or family or?
Well, not a girl. The last time I went to a cricket match there.
Oh, right, so there's people you don't know over there? Yeah. Okay. And how long are you going to remain in the UK before you go back to Bermuda? 2 days.
I usually do some shopping.
Yeah. Okay. Have you got your return ticket back to Bermuda?
Actually, I have to try this.
You've still got to get that, have you?
I have a bank card this morning.
Yeah, not a problem. And whereabouts will you be staying while you're here in the UK?
I was going to go to a bed and breakfast up on Shepherd's Avenue. I usually go there. I don't know the exact name of it, but it's right after the police station on Shepherd's Bush.
So you stayed there before, have you?
Yeah.
Okay. And you packed all the bags yourself?
Yeah.
And you're aware of the contents?
Yeah.
Has anybody given you anything to bring back to the UK?
No, sir.
You're not carrying anything for anyone?
No.
Okay.
Inside the suitcase, Gary spots a large number of shoes for such a short trip and decides to examine them closely.
All I'm doing here, I'm just x-raying the shoes to make sure there's no concealments in it. Ash.
The X-ray immediately finds an anomaly. The other officers are also convinced the shoes are hiding something.
That don't look right there. That difference in there.
Yeah, but these other ones look even better.
But there's only one way to find out what's inside.
All right, lovely. Yes. Yeah. Well, we pulled it open, and there's a package inside the seal.
It's game over for this attempted importation.
Okay.
And what looks like another big haul of cocaine from St. Lucia.
Right, the time is 09:16 hours, and what I found in there, it looks like I found a controlled drug, okay? So I'm arresting you on suspicion of the illegal importation of a controlled drug into the UK.
Under arrest, the man is transferred to the custody cells.
Okay, that's fine. Just pop round here again. I intercepted him in the Green Channel. A number of items of footwear have been found to have packages inside.
Do you understand that, what the officers told me? Yeah. So you've been arrested purely on suspicion of being brought in a controlled drug into the UK. Do you understand? Yeah. And any medication for anything? Nothing in your luggage for you, medication-wise?
Just some weightlifting stuff.
Bodybuilder, eh?
Well, I'm trying to be. I was trying to be.
The man seems to accept that the only thing he'll be exercising is his right to legal advice.
Okay, if you just come along with me. Yeah, if you could just remove your shoes and leave them outside, because obviously it's got the laces in it. The last thing we want is you to try and harm yourself with them.
And the officers are now about to discover just how much cocaine is hidden in the shoes. Hazel and Mike examine all the shoes for drugs.
And you can just see where somebody's inserted a tool into the side to prise the sole off the main part of the shoe. There's little indentations that just would arouse your suspicion and just make you think that they'd been taken apart previously. Did you notice that on there?
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought seeing any...
Oh, look, there's glue on this one. That's giving it away there. Look. That one's done really well. Just see the glue mark.
The concealments are sophisticated. But now the custody officer wants to know exactly what's inside the packages.
Do you know what's really annoying? You see a pair of shoes like that with a take-back package in the bottom with white powder in it, and they still insist, everyone goes, have you tested it, have you tested it?
Yeah.
It's like, you don't have to, do you? You know it's something dodgy.
Okay. Put a drop of it in there. And that's the blue-pink reaction you're looking for, according to this. Pink on the top, blue underneath, that's cocaine. It's definitely cocaine.
Will you tell the custody officer it's positive?
I will do.
With 200 grams of cocaine in each shoe, in all, the man was charged with importing nearly 2 kilos of cocaine, worth around £80,000. In Manchester, a radio message has come in from a pilot of an EasyJet flight. 2 female passengers are suspected of smoking cannabis in the plane's rear toilet.
Who is it, blonde? I'll go upstairs, mate. All right, I'll go upstairs.
The pressure is now on for sniffer dog Amy to identify the suspects amongst the crowd.
Stay single file to the right, please, as you're coming through, thanks. Just stay to the right and keep walking past. Ames, in here. Just lower that bag for me, please. Amy.
Amy
Lower
is
the
looking
bag,
for
please.
drugs, but UK border officer Phil is trained to spot
You just stay that
suspicious
side, please.
behaviour.
Thanks very much. There was a girl who didn't really want to. I don't know whether she had a small handbag. If it was her, she wasn't too keen on lowering it for the dog.
It wasn't a definite indication, so Amy boards the plane to search the seats for any drugs ditched by the suspects.
Hey, am I in about the general area where she was sat? Yeah. Dog isn't pinpointing any particular area, she's just very busy around all those seats. Staff have been on already and done a search of the whole area. So what there could be, the dog could just be picking up the residual smell of whatever she's been doing, been taking.
With no physical evidence left on the plane, the officers will stop and search the 2 suspects for any cannabis. Unexpectedly, the officer gets a hit for cocaine.
It's quite noticeable that this particular one wasn't keen for the dog to go anywhere near her. And by the sounds of it, they are getting traces off them at the moment for cocaine. So the officers are just doing further investigation on that at the moment.
Confronted with the evidence, one of the girls admits to having taken cocaine. But with such strong traces, officers are still highly suspicious.
Well, still getting hits absolutely everywhere for coke. That's the thing. You said you used some last night, yeah. First luggage. I also got hits on the plane for coke. So from the dog where you were sat.
On the plane?
Yeah, if you both, yeah. Your seats on the plane, okay? So, what I'm going to do, we'll take you into, you want to take one of these rooms, we'll get someone to repack the bag and bring it in. Come in here with me.
Officers have no jurisdiction over drug use abroad, but they suspect the girl may be carrying cocaine internally. It's a serious crime with potentially lethal consequences.
Also, I've got a suspicion that you could have drugs internally somewhere, because there's none in your bag.
You crazy man.
No, that's what it is. So, what I have to do here, okay? I'm arresting you, okay? On suspicion of being involved with the illegal importation of a controlled substance, cocaine. Okay, it's okay on this one. I have to arrest you. You do not have to say anything, okay? But it may harm your defence. If you fail to mention something in question you later on, I'll anything you do say will be given in evidence. Do you understand that?
And what happens when you don't find anything?
If nothing's found, I'm sure you'll be arrested and go on your way.
Their ordeal is far from over, and their attempt to dispose of the evidence has failed.
Okay, right, no worries.
One of the officers found a package by the bench, which we think one of the girls has actually dropped. It was found to be cannabis in a sock. He's actually looked, and within the cannabis he's found a small plastic bag, like a deal bag, containing some white powder. We suspect that to be cocaine. The girl who was travelling with her, the officers have conducted a search of person. During the search of person, they found another package. It's a sock containing cannabis. They weren't sure whether they could feel something else, so they upgraded the search to a strip search. They've done a strip search now, and they're quite happy she's got nothing on her person.
But having detected such high hits for cocaine, the girls are led away for a full body X-ray. Class A smugglers face a maximum of life in prison.
Just get in there and sit down, please. You're best not talking to each other. If you talk to each other, we'll have to take you one at a time and it'll take longer.
Dealing with suspected drug swallowers is also stressful for the officers. If the girls do have packages internally, it's a life-threatening situation.
By using the machines we have in the Green Channel, we've found very high traces of cocaine. So we believe they could well have concealments of cocaine inside them. We just simply put the passenger on the machine and it passes the person through the machine. We instantly get an image on screen that we can examine, and if we can see packages there, then they back up to custody while we wait the packages to pass through the system.
Find anything?
Don't know.
What do you think?
You tell us. We've got to be 100% sure there's nothing up there. 'Cause if we say there's nothing there, and if it is something like cocaine, that does, when the package does split, you're talking a matter of seconds before you suffer a fatal overdose. So we want to be 110% sure there's nothing there before we say, yeah, it's negative. If you put your feet on them marks, hold on to either side, it's be a couple of seconds and it'll start moving.
Thankfully, both scans are clear, but the girls are still in trouble. 2 weeks later, a court decided the drugs were for personal use only, and they got a 12-month suspended sentence for the attempted importation.
I've never seen an indication like it. Really? Floyd was humping his leg.
This man with the red bag sends Floyd's signals into a frenzy. Martin heads into the baggage hall to intercept the suspect after he's collected his bags.
I was doing the air bridge with a dog and I have never seen an indication like it. Really? Floyd was humping his leg and I've never seen a hit like it, mate.
The man is travelling with a woman who suspiciously headed straight for the toilets.
The woman attempted to go into the toilets in the baggage area. Female officers accompanied her in there and explained the situation to her as well. She's now with the female officers in our baggage search area.
The suspects have split, but officers are keeping their distance from the man they think is carrying drugs.
Because of the strong indication by the dog, we are concerned that he's aware that we have an interest in him and he may attempt to ditch any items he's got strapped to his body. For that reason, we would not let him go to the toilets by himself.
The suspect begins walking towards the exit, but then makes a break for the toilets. The team pounced, but as they walk to collect his bags, the man gives Kevin some information that changes the mood.
A nice one. One? $49,500. One? Oh, cool. Excellent. Online or? Online. Yeah, brilliant, mate.
It's a disappointment for the team, but contact with so much cash would explain the dog's excitement.
High to low. Roller coaster morning already. Have you got money belt on as well? It could well be that, you see, mate, because the dogs are trained on cash as well as drugs.
Yeah, you have so close. Where the dogs got in your groin?
It's got $1,000.
So that might explain
why.
Wait.
The officers search the poker winner to verify his story, but there's no pleasing some people.
£30,000, a lot of money. Yeah. I was a bit disappointed. 2 weeks later, it was only same competition, but I was trying to win it again.
At least you won it, though.
Yeah.
The man is free to go, but first officers ask a favour. They want to let sniffer dog Floyd re-find the man's money belt and get his well-earned reward.
Put it back, and you're just helping us out then. Helping with to train the dogs, and because obviously that's what the dogs indicate, so it's done his job well there.
Floyd quickly locates the cash in the man's belt, but this time it's just for training.
I was quite relaxed because I had nothing to hide. We went to Jamaica on holiday, but we weren't planning on going on holiday this year. We were planning to do a back garden up, and I split the money between the guy for the Ukraine. We had $50,000 each, roughly. And the next week we went in and booked our holiday to Jamaica. It was absolutely brilliant. And we went over there and we had a great time. Totally relaxing.
Celebrated our 6th year
wedding
anniversary.
Celebrated our 6th wedding anniversary as well.
Last Saturday.
The lucky couple leave with the winnings, but sadly the officers didn't hit the jackpot.
Well done. Good lad. Best indication ever, mate.
Okay, thank you.
The voice was frightened.
Thank you. That's it. Okay.
Suddenly, Rossi picks up a scent and targets a woman in a white jumper.
Just stand still for me.
UK border sniffer dogs are trained to pinpoint the exact location of any drugs. Rossi indicates on the woman's bag.
Are you together? Are you training by yourself?
The passenger seems nervous, but after the initially strong indication, Rossi loses interest.
Where? Okay, thank you, madam. That's fine, thank you. He basically pulled to get to her, or get to her scent, so I dropped the lead, and he was all around her rucksack, and he dropped the floor, so he tried to get it underneath it.
Back down into the channels anyway, just in case your guys have picked anything up down there.
Yeah, I might see what's in her bag anyway.
Meanwhile, Gatwick's newest drug dog, Barney, is examining the baggage from the same flight. Barney gives his strongest indication yet on this black and white spotted suitcase.
I've got a feeling it could be this lady here.
Officers watch as the same woman collects the bag.
And it is. All right, thank you.
With two separate indications, the officers think she must be smuggling cocaine. The team must keep the suspect under surveillance to make sure she doesn't slip away. But surprisingly, it's her who approaches the officers to ask for some directions. Fitz intercepts the passenger.
Hi, where are you travelling from today?
Here called Trinidad.
Trinidad. You travel on your own?
Yeah.
Okay, just have a quick word if that's all right. Hello.
But now the suspect seems more relaxed, even as Barney gives another unmistakable indication.
Echo 5.
The sniffer dogs believe the bags contain cocaine, but now it's up to Fitz to find it.
They did this over there, so it doesn't matter what
Sorry,
how you pack it back or whatever.
Right, oh, okay.
Because they pretty much messed it up.
Who was that?
They checked the bags and whatever across there.
They checked them before you came out, did they?
They
Right.
did the same thing.
Oh, okay.
So they pretty much messed it up. So.
Right.
With three separate sniffer dog indications on the bags.
Okay, I just need to do a quick x-ray of your suitcase, all right?
Yeah.
UK border officer Fitz is convinced he'll find something inside.
All right, doesn't seem to give us that much information about it, so probably have to do a further examination. I'll take it to the tool room and have a look, have a closer look, actually.
Surprisingly, Fitz can find no sign of cocaine. And even the drug swab is clear.
Well, they actually ascertain there's nothing in there. No, which is a bit of a shame, really. As it was a good indication by the dogs, I must admit.
It's disappointing, but with such strong suspicions, Fitz isn't willing to give up the search just yet.
That's the thing that you plug into the television.
Right.
It's a games console dance mat, but something doesn't add up.
Has you got a PlayStation with her? No. So why would you have one of these anyway? Yeah. Right, round two. I mean, it is heavy as hell.
Fitz then spots the clue he's been after.
The actual casing looks like it's already been removed once before.
This acts like a sniffer dog. It's just looking for minute particles of substances that within sky high. It's got to be there.
Suspicions are now even higher, but where are the drugs?
Is that rubber impregnation?
That's what I think it is.
Mm.
Ever seen it in a dance mat?
Have you tried doing it on that? You can break the
Yeah, that's what.
Can you break a bit off?
No, you can do if you want to. The material's gone blue. Oh. kind of say that's a positive then.
Amazingly, the rubber inside the dance mat is full of cocaine.
The time is 10 past 10. I'm arresting you on suspicion of being involved in the importation of a controlled drug.
It just goes to show, with smugglers using ever more devious methods, the officers can take nothing for granted.
Anything you do say may be given in evidence, do you understand? Okay.
The officers' persistence has paid off, and yet another smuggler has been caught red-handed.
North.
The drugs were ingeniously hidden, and one member of the team deserves a special reward.
Knock yourself out, you little star. Well, he's just had his second job in 3 days to cocaine detections, which is unprecedented for such a new dog. He's only been in the job for 6 months. It's brilliant. But in the meantime, he's going to get this as a treat because it's just an unbelievable job for such a young dog.
And while Barney enjoyed his bone, the woman won't be enjoying her freedom. She pleaded guilty and could be facing around 10 years in prison.